I'm Rachel. I'm here today with Popternative, getting ready to talk about a really fun reimagining of a classic tale. Congrats, first off, on the nominations. How does that feel for both of you?
Amazing and
Feels good, yeah. It feels
grateful.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah, I would say because first off, I love when things like this get nominated for the things that they deserve because the prosthetics in this, I was like, they're so good. And I was like, I'm so grossed out at the same time at certain ones. I'm like, that's like the highest of praise because I've always been really like fascinated by the whole prosthetics department and like the special effects. So whenever, you got plan this film out, what initially drew you to this film, and what did you want to make sure that you were both able for both prosthetics and makeup to highlight and kind of like make sure it stands out in the film?
Well, I'm hair and makeup and fairy tale stuff. It is like you said, a tale we all know, and that we got the chance to tell it from a different angle just got felt really important. It just felt really important to make it. We just talked about it. This film also has a very strong will. We had a very strong director with really, really. She was very well prepared and was very strong visual. So it was like diving into this universe, and it felt everything felt very important to tell it just the right way. Yeah, and yeah, the prosthetic was.
Yeah, I mean, that part, it feels so much of the film, both the gore stuff and the character stuff on Elvira. So, so it was like, it was such a big project in that sense visually, because normally I'm involved in maybe like, some scenes or a third of the film or so, but taking on a project where it actually like was the whole universe that was not based around my work, but at least it was a really, really, really big part of the film. But that was quite special and very rare, I think.
Yeah, I agree. And it really is. I feel like just that sort of level of prosthetic and hair and makeup is its own character in this film too, because, as women, we understand what it's like to kind of feel that pressure. And it basically we're treated like show ponies from young ages. We've got the beauty pageants for kids, which is crazy. And the old saying that pain is beauty, which is like really like it's very much in the forefront of this film. Like we see these acts, like she's getting ye old nose job. And it's crazy to think about the fact that it's like all of this goes back to something that's so normalized in society now. They've got the finishing schools, they've got the you have to be perfect. So, kind of like having that need for perfection is just as much of a character as it is having everything. And I feel like what did you both think about going into to kind of like portray that with the makeup and the prosthetics and everything? Because I love like the little nose job thing, and I loved how it was like very steampunky, but then it was also ultra feminine with the ribbons. So I thought that was like a
Mhm.
really nice touch.
That
Yeah.
was props department that made the little nose thing. But yeah, it was another kind of the movie soul was that it looked the way it did. Of course it had, like every time you hit something that was right, it was, of course it has to look like this. Of course he has to have this, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And then first, of course, you do a little bit of searching and yeah, Thomas tell about because a lot of people don't know that she's wearing prosthetics on the chin and nose and under here in first half of the
Oh,
movie.
wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
you didn't notice it? No, like
I mean,
it's so
I
subtle.
figured she had to have been, but I was
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah. But it's like,
it's so good. It's crazy. It's like
mm,
how good we are with prosthetics nowadays
mm,
is so fascinating.
Yeah,
yeah.
but yes, it's just and that is actually that was the hardest part of the film. That was doing that because we did the makeup about 20 times on her for that look. So she has cheeks, she has a nose piece, and she has a small double chin here. Then she has a neck piece that starts here to cover her collarbones or to soften her collarbones.
Yeah.
And then there are some scenes where she dances and stuff like that, where she has overarm piece as well, kind of like taking her buffness away. And then she has a small bodysuit underneath all costume in the first half of the film. Yeah, so that's a lot. She wears a big makeup in that part. So and that was the one that was really tricky actually, because it was so difficult on her young skin. And
Yeah.
first of all, I remember the first meetings, Emilie and the DP was like, we're not going to be that close. It's going to be like medium close-up shots, most of it. And yes, that's fine. On shoot, it became extremely close. I mean, he was brutal in all shots. So
Yeah.
it was super. It was actually super complicated, and then come all the gore stuff and the effect stuff after that. But to me, I mostly think about Elvira's look because that was kind of my biggest focus, and then the other things.
But that's also part of like the European tradition we're from, that the photographers are not like used to being very kind to us. So something like wig lace is for me like, no, we can't do that, because now it's fairly easy to remove, but it's usually not in my budget on the movies I do. So I'll do anything to avoid that. But maybe kind of that sort of photography where you don't at all think of what is actually on the actors also gives a good real feeling. He's a wonderful photographer, myself.
Yeah, it's both good and bad.
Yeah, it's both good and bad, because it's like, why'd you go so close and all kinds of lightning? And we just made an agreement that you couldn't see that side, and you can be absolutely sure that that's going to be the side from total.
No time for touch up. We'll just keep it big.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Well, what was the makeup process like? Like, I know, I'm sure you probably went through like a couple different looks and getting all of that. So what was your favorite part of kind of getting that process out for this film?
But that's really hard to tell, because she has like so many different characters. She goes through
Yeah.
so many stages. So you kind of have a warm feeling for all of them.
Yeah.
Kind of like, and also like, I think we're also used to thinking very much story. So like kind of like the viewers, but just exaggerated. I feel for this character at that point of the story, and then this has to happen.
Yeah.
Oh no, and then this has to happen, and then so all of the stages are kind of really important, I think. Yeah, and they're all kind of different looks.
Yeah.
She has a lot of looks.
But to me, Elvira was the one with the most impact because we did it so many times. I mean, it was really sad to do her the last time.
Yeah.
It was kind of like now Elvira's gone. So that was so sad in a certain way, because all the other things were maybe 2 days, 3 days.
Yeah.
We did more days with the balding look, but I mean, yeah, it was very easy to get emotionally attached to Elvira.
Yeah. When I think of her, I actually think of the ringlet girl. I think of the one in the beginning with who's in love with the prince, and her like round cheeks and little gold eyeshadow and her little lovely ringlets that her mom probably forced her to have. And
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's certainly, and it's always so great to see that. It's such a hairstyle choice seeing that, because I've had to have those done for stage productions before. It's just nothing is good about them. No one can make them look good. I don't care how adorable and cherubic you are. No one can make those ringlets look good. But she got close. She was adorable.
So cute. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I did love seeing that evolution throughout the film, though, because like you said, there's a lot of different Elviras throughout this movie because she's going through all of these different stages. And so it really tells the story, and it kind of gives you a look into like what her mind must, like what she must be thinking at that point in her journey and dealing with all of this.
He's very much in love with the prince. It's like a pop star, the prince. She's just like teenager in love with him. And then some financial things happen to the family that she has to. But even though those financial things happen, she really wants, I mean, you really feel her. She wants to marry the prince, so she's ready to do anything to the
She's
stage of
really doing her
insanity.
best.
Yeah, she's really, really doing her best. And her mom is really supportive about
Oh yeah, in a certain way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she really, yeah, it's cool too to see the whole, like I mentioned earlier, that it's like a twist on it. And it was so fun to kind of see Cinderella from this point of view and then have Cinderella. I was like, I really forgot that Cinderella was even in this. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that is her. That's so right. And then she has
Yeah.
her moment and gets to do what Elvira really wants to do. So what was like with Cinderella's look? What was that?
Mm.
What was something that you really liked about kind of like being able to put that together and give us that, character that we're so familiar with thanks to Disney and like other things that Cinderella has been a part of?
Yeah, like Thea, who plays the part, she is extraordinary beautiful, and lovely as well. And we wanted to give her, like thick, lush hair. And I with her, I was more thinking about the old etchings for the Grimm stories than I was thinking about the Cinderella for the from the Disney version. But we
Yeah.
did do the little stuff like that.
Yeah.
She's actually more real than a lot of the other characters. So she's
Mhm.
not wearing a wig; she's just wearing a lot of extensions, and um and then yeah, we gave her this really, really long extensions. And I used to have this thing that I love, that the hair stops just when the back gets bigger again. But then it was like a little bit too long. And I thought, now I cut it to have this length. And then I looked at it, and why is it that Cinderella can't have hair that's a little bit too long? And then somehow Poor Things came, and it became kind of a fashion. But it was one of those moments where it was like, no, but this is it. This is right. This is her look. So she actually has quite a simple look. It's just a lot of extensions.
That's
And she
so
remains the
fascinating.
same all the time. And I also
Yeah.
really love the take, that's not a makeup take, but I love this take that Cinderella is not evil. Because normally when you twist it all the way around.
Mhm.
She's just, she's just in love with another guy, and she's
Mhm.
dad dies, and it's horrible. And yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing that I did really love that this film did is it didn't twist it all the way and give us like, bad Cinderella or something like that. It's quite honestly just the story, but from the stepsisters' point of view.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
everything is a little skewed, but you know how sometimes when you're doing like visual telling, you can have the narrator who we're seeing this through kind of like see people in different ways, but Elvira never does. She sees Cinderella, she sees everybody as like what they are and who they are. So that's kind of like an interesting
She
little
looks up
thing that I think.
to Cinderella. She's
Mm.
like, oh my God, I got a new sister, and she's lovely. And Elvira is super open in the beginning to everything. Yeah, a little selfish. Well, your dad died. My dad died too. Takes a little while. Yeah.
She's like, you can't be sadder than me. My dad also
Yeah.
died. And the chemistry between everybody is so amazing too. Like I just really loved how it felt to have all of that. What was it like kind of like getting to work with everybody on set?
Just like you feel.
Yeah,
Everybody was
it is.
really nice, really easy to work with. Not a single actor, not or also Emilie was also super. Once you got her vision, she was she was like super open to
Mhm.
suggestions, and it was in that way. I mean, we all go a little crazy because everybody wants it to be really good, and
Mhm.
but I kind of like that. So I think everybody was it the actors were really, really lovely, like all of them.
That's
Yeah.
good. I love to hear that. I always love knowing that. And this is such a raw and unapologetic film, too. And is definitely in part to both of your work. So, congratulations on that. I'm really, really excited to see more on this. I'm wishing you both the best and sending all of the positive vibes for it. But just know that it is an extraordinary film and you should both be really proud of it. And it's great.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much.
Thank
Of
you.
course, thank you both so much. I hope you have a great day, night, whatever it is.
Yeah, it's nice.
You
It's
too.
nice. Yeah, you
Thank
too.
you.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you both. Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.